Chapter 18, The Spring of 1998. Very few people understand my complex relationship with my parents. It was simply a love-hate relationship. As a child, I had a nice relationship with each of my parents, but everything changed dramatically in my senior year of high school. My father was in the military, and during fifth grade, he got transferred to the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia. My mother chose to keep us grounded in Downingtown, Pennsylvania, so I attended Downingtown School District, kindergarten through 12th grade, graduating the spring of 1998. After my father was assigned to the Pentagon, he started his weekly commutes back and forth from Downingtown to Arlington, coming home on the weekends. As a result, my two sisters and I were raised primarily by our mother. My senior year was a defining moment in my life and affected my relationship with both my parents moving forward, especially with my mother. It was a year I decided to follow my father's footsteps by applying to and getting accepted to military school. My father was a United States Military Academy alumni, but I'd been raised with weekly music lessons, a talent from my mother's side of the family. She was a full-time private music teacher and graduate of Westchester University's music program. When I decided I wanted to attend Virginia Military Institute, she was not happy. In December of 1997, I was 17 years old. I went to district orchestra auditions on violin and saw a bunch of Valley Forge Military Academy cadets. I approached them and introduced myself, asking if anyone was planning to attend Virginia Military Institute the following year. This is where I met my first love. Jacob and I hit it off instantly. We spent hours on the phone together, never wanting to hang up. He always called at 6:30, a time we planned because he was calling from the cadet lounge. This was before cell phones were common. I could talk to Jacob about anything. He invited me to the dance at Valley Forge Academy, and the pictures show us laughing and smiling. We were silly and happy. That was the first night we kissed, and the Celine Dion song from the movie Titanic became our theme song. Whenever I could, I snuck away to Valley Forge to pick him up. We primarily spent the weekends together. Many times I would end up driving frantically on Route 202 North, trying to get him back to the barracks on time. For he never wanted to leave, and I never wanted to take him back. One afternoon, I walked on campus to Jacob's barracks. His room was on the first level, and I climbed down the bushes and banged on the window to his room. As I stood waiting for him, I heard our theme song blasted from his room. He didn't care about getting in trouble. He came out smiling and gave me a big hug. "You're crazy," I said.
Crazy for you.
He winked. "Thanks for the roses," I said. For Valentine's Day, I'd received 24 long stem roses from him. He just smiled. "You want to go for a walk and get some lunch?"
Yep.
As we walked by the chapel on campus, he grabbed me and kissed me. "I don't think that's very becoming for a cadet," I said, giggling.
Ask me if I care.
"Same schedule? You don't have to be back until tomorrow night?" He nodded. "All right, I have picked out a comedy for tonight."
Really? Comedy or another chick flick? I'll watch either as long as I'm with you.
He said. "I'll give you a hint. It's not as long as Titanic," I said.
Well, that narrows it down.
"I thought so," I laughed. That night, we snuggled together under one blanket on the couch at my parents' house, watching There's Something About Mary. I felt so comfortable with Jacob. He felt like home to me. It was ironic, too, because I was raised to be a musician and music teacher. but was heading to military school in the fall. Jacob, on the other hand, was currently attending military school but was heading to Temple University in the fall for a music degree. I could share my life with him. He understood me. He also provided me with an escape from home. Home life was not good. My younger sister and I did not get along. Dad was living full time in Arlington, Virginia, and came home on the weekends. During the weekdays, Mom was teaching private music lessons after school hours, so essentially my sister and I were left to our own devices. My younger sister Mary and I would argue about everything, whether I was trying to get her to help me set the table or wash the dishes after dinner. Because Mom and Dad had never had an eating disorder or never took drugs, they were blind to the fact that their very own daughter was. Mary was not being attended to. She needed guidance. She was not being cared for emotionally, and I saw this. I saw that something was wrong, but I felt helpless in being able to change anything. I felt our parents neglected my sister, and as a result, she took her frustrations out on me, her older sister, but I was only 2 years her senior. I couldn't mother her. I had my own insecurities I was working on. The main difference between her and I, though, was that I had this mentality that I could figure things out. I read a lot of self help books and journaled. I also got a therapist my senior year. Mary, on the other hand, developed bulimia and experimented with drugs. Our parents acted oblivious to her self destructive behavior. It was obvious to anyone who looked that she was unhappy, likely lonely, and felt lost. Our parents were very hardworking, but they did not provide the guidance either of us needed. I felt the tension in our parents' marriage, which they constantly denied. I felt the stress Dad felt on the weekends when he was run ragged, making up for the time he wasn't there during the week. He used to joke, saying that he would go back to Arlington to get a break from the work he did at home on the weekends. I would share all this with Jacob. He was a good listener. Jacob was my support system. One night we were chatting and he tells me,
Oh, yeah? Your mom told me that.
"What do you mean?" I asked, confused.
Well, I talked to your mom today.
He said, "You talked to my mom today?" "I don't understand," I said.
Yeah, we talked while I was on lunch break.
My head began to spin. Why? How? What? Valley Forge was a boarding school, so Jacob was likely missing his own parental bonding. But he had his own parents. I was immediately uncomfortable finding out that he was chatting with my mom during the day. So the next day, I addressed this with my mom. "I don't understand why you would be talking to Jacob on the phone while I was in school," I started.
Well, I'm trying to get to know your boyfriend. I know how much you care for him.
"I get that," I said, "but Jacob and I are still getting to know each other. The relationship is still kind of new. I need you to back off. Please don't talk to him on the phone while I'm at school. It doesn't feel right," I insisted.
What are you getting so upset about? He's going to be a music major next year. I just want to help take him under my wing.
"So this is about helping him become a music major?" I asked.
Yes, I have so much knowledge to pass on. Since you're not going down that path, I know I can help Jacob.
"Mom, I appreciate the expertise you feel you can offer Jacob, but please do not talk to him on the phone while I'm at school," I said, unconvinced that she would listen to me. That weekend, I saw Jacob and he greeted me with a big hug and kiss. "Hey, where do you feel like eating today?" I asked.
I'm kind of in the mood for Chinese. What about you?
"That works."
How have you been?
"Okay," I said, holding in my frustrations from home.
What's up?
"My sister is driving me crazy. It doesn't matter what I say to her, she constantly barks at me.
Well, maybe you can try asking her how her day was.
He suggested. That wouldn't really go well, I said.
You never know, you might be surprised. She wants you to like her.
Why do you think that? All she does is argue with me.
Because she told me.
What? I said, pulling his arm to make him stop walking and look at me. What are you talking about?
Your sister emails me.
What? I said, astonished.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. She told me about your fight last night. Maybe you could try just talking to her?
What the fuck is happening here?
Destiny, I'm trying to help.
Oh, excuse me. I thought you were my boyfriend. My bad, I said, completely annoyed. Going for Chinese didn't seem like a good idea anymore.
Destiny, you know I love you, and so I want to get to know your family.
I get that, but to talk on the phone with my mom and now to email my sister is a bit much.
Why? What's the problem?
The problem is, I don't get along with my sister, and both of them are overstepping. How do you not see that? Problems at home were escalating. I called my dad for support, and his response was that I was overreacting. Then one evening, Jacob and I made plans to go to the mall. As we were leaving, Mom jumped in and said,
Hey, why don't you guys take Mary too?
"No, Mom."
It is okay, ma'am. She's welcome to come with us.
Jacob piped in. I turned to him flabbergasted.
What?
He said, playing dumb. I don't want my sister to come. We don't get along here. What makes you think we're going to get along at the mall? Mary got into the back seat.
You guys have fun now.
My mom said and waved as I pulled out of the driveway.
We can pick up Bradley on the way to the mall, so Mary has a friend to talk to.
I just nodded. Why speak? Clearly, no one was listening to me. I started to feel that fight or flight syndrome when one is facing danger. I was about at my limit. My space was being invaded, and I felt the stress of it. Once we got to the mall, I couldn't hold it in any longer. What the hell, Jacob?
Destiny, stop overreacting. Your sister needs some fun too.
Whose team are you on? I asked, venom in my voice.
Oh, come on, baby. You know it's your team. Always.
He said, trying to pull me in. No, fuck no. You clearly don't hear me. I'm going to go shopping by myself. You can go hang out with my sister and Bradley. Leave me the fuck alone, I said and stomped off. On the way home, I drove like a madman. I didn't give a fuck.
Destiny, please slow down. You're scaring the crap out of us.
I don't care, I said. We arrived safely, but I was done with everyone and retreated to myself. It was a blessing I had a therapist, Dr. G. She was the main one, in addition to my girlfriends, Erin and Jody, that validated my feelings. Dr. G had my back. She told me how inappropriate it was for my mom to talk to Jacob while I was in school. It was my mom who gave Jacob Mary's email address, and it was my dad who did nothing about it. I even contacted my older sister, Christine, who was in college, and she did nothing about it. The following week, Jacob and I talked on the phone. We talked about what had happened at the mall and tried to put it behind us. We were still together, but the energies between us had shifted. Then Friday night, I asked him a question. I can feel something is wrong. Did something happen today?
Destiny, I've been racking my brain all day trying to figure out how to tell you this.
Tell me what, I said, feeling uncomfortable. I was sitting on the couch in the TV room, the same couch Jacob and I always snuggled on. Jacob sighed.
Look,
he said. Just rip off the Band-Aid, will ya? What's wrong?
Okay. I received a letter from your mom today.
He started. What?
It was a very long letter. 8 pages, or rather, 8 pages double-sided, so 16 pages long.
He said. What? Why? What the hell?
And the stamp was upside down.
He emphasized. So, who cares?
Well, you know what that means.
I do? No, I don't. What does it mean?
It means I love you.
It does? I asked.
Yes.
That's crazy. What did the letter say? I said, feeling anger rise up my backbone.
I don't want to get into all that now.
He said. Are you serious?
And there is another thing I have to tell you.
Really?
Your mother came to my senior music concert,
Wait, what?
and she told me, "Do not tell Destiny I was here."
He said. What the fuck? What is happening here? It didn't take me long to hang up the phone and run upstairs to my parents' bedroom. I barged in. Who the hell do you think you are? I directed at my mother.
Destiny, what's wrong?
My mother replied, startled. Who the hell do you think you are? I screamed even louder. My dad stepped in to protect Mom. Dad, did you know about the letter? Did you know Mom wrote Jacob a 16-page letter?
Gina?
My dad turned to my mom.
I was trying to help. You know Destiny has been out of control lately.
She explained. How dare you? I said. And to go to Jacob's music concert and tell him to not tell me?
Destiny, you need to calm down now.
Yeah, go ahead and defend her. Did you know about the letter? Did you know she went to the concert behind my back? He said nothing.
I was just trying to help. I only had good intentions.
You don't know what is good for me. You don't listen to what I have to say at all. You do whatever you want, regardless who you hurt. I hate you, I screamed at my mom. And you, I directed at my dad, didn't do anything to stop her, I said and left, slamming the door. The following Sunday, I met Jacob at Valley Forge. He had told his mom about the letter, and she had insisted that he was no longer allowed at my parents' house, and rightly so. He lived in barracks with all his classmates within band company, and he had also shown some of his friends the letter. He was suspicious about my mother's feelings for him. I couldn't defend my mother's actions or explain them. I didn't know what was in the letter, nor did I want to read it. The thought of it made me sick to my stomach. None of it made any sense to me. We were like Romeo and Juliet. We were both love and tragedy. Our parents tore us apart, and a part of me died that day in the parking lot when we ended things. I loved him, and he loved me, but the relationship could not continue. So we broke up. The Sunday before senior prom. I related to the scene in the Titanic when Rose says that she feels like she is standing in the middle of the room screaming, and no one even turns to look. That's how I felt those last couple of months my senior year. I had asked my mom to stop talking on the phone with Jacob during the day. I had asked Jacob to stop emailing my sister. I'd asked my dad and my older sister Christine for support. The only person who validated me, once again, was my therapist, Dr. G. But my own family did not hear me. My own family did not have my back. I drove away from Valley Forge Academy that day, leaving Jacob standing in the parking lot, both of us devastated like the sinking of the Titanic, doomed and destined to lay on the bottom of the ocean. I probably shouldn't have driven, since I was emotionally a wreck, eyes swollen with tears and screams that came from the depth of my soul. I felt helpless. I drove straight to my friend Erin's house. She didn't understand the depth of the breakup and assumed we would just get back together. She knew how much I loved him and how much he loved me. She had witnessed it. It was real. But I knew something very special just ended, and the last place I wanted to go was home.